Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to bring you the February 2025 forecast for the zodiac sign of Taurus for sun and rising placements. Horoscope, not forecast. I'm getting that mixed up. I apologize for not getting the January horoscopes out. January in Los Angeles was a really hectic, stressful, sad, and crazy month. I also had a lot of house guests, and I just could not get my shit together to get the videos out to you guys. So I apologize, but here we are. February is off to a pretty interesting start in the United States. I will say I'm not on here to talk about electional astrology or politics, though, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, we're all very, you know, like that. I think about the state of things. So my name is Annalisa, and I do these every month. If you're new here, welcome. I do personal readings. So if you ever want to book a session with me one-on-one and look at where this stuff is happening in your chart, we can do that. But I just kind of give you a simple breakdown on the energy frequencies of the month ahead, where they're hitting in your chart for Taurus placements. And we just go from there. So we start out every February in the fixed air sign of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is fixed air and Taurus is fixed earth. And so what that means is that Aquarius makes what's called a square to your energy, which is hard. It's a hard aspect. It's a little bit tense. And where Aquarius hits in the horoscope for you is your 10th house, which is the house that rules career. So right now we've got the sun passing through your 10th house, which is actually pretty positive. Like, it puts a big highlight on your work that you're doing, and it kind of pushes you into your public life and your kind of career path and all of the things that make you you in a way that are more extroverted and oriented with what you're doing out in the world. And then we also have Mercury here, which is the planet of communication. So communication at work, communication in the public, and just kind of the way that you're putting yourself out there in the work that you do is highlighted. Pluto also moved into the area of this chart and has been kind of going back and forth between your 9th and your 10th house, but it's officially here. So you've got a lot happening in the 10th house. So career, major focus for you for the first half of February. The other energies that we have starting out the month are Venus and Pisces for the first 3 days of February. Now, this has been in the area of the 11th house, which is the house that represents community, being social, friendship circles. It's also kind of the area where we feel inclined towards wanting to get involved with activism, social justice issues. And it's very, it amplifies our connection to our social world. So whenever we have Venus passing through here, we tend to feel like we want to connect more with friends or people, group associations. We might want to get more involved in community or politics. It's a really good energy for networking. We also have Saturn and Neptune here, and we're also starting out February with the moon here. So February 1st is a very social push energy. My dog is very barky at all the noises that happen outside. I apologize. I'm gonna see if I can get him. Cosmo, it's okay, bud. Those are noises outside. Can you come to mommy? Come here. Come up here. He's very young. He's an Aquarius. Come here. Come. Can I see you? Come to mommy. Stop barking and come to mommy. Come. Yes. Oh, let's say hi to everybody. Oh, you want to say hi to everybody, my little baby, my little boy, my little baby. So that's where we start out, kind of with some of the personal planets. Mars has been retrograde since December, and it entered Cancer in January with the retrograde. So Mars is passing through Cancer retrograde for most of February, and where this has been hitting for you is your house of communication. So Mars, wherever it's passing through, lends itself to some conflict, some turbulence, some difficult lessons wherever it's hitting. And for you, it being in the 3rd house, you're going to have more conflict in communication. You're going to be learning more lessons around how to communicate more effectively. Mars passing through Cancer, we can be a little bit more emotionally sensitive and reactive. And then in the 3rd house, that comes out with how we're speaking to others. Mars is going to be stationing direct at the end of the month. So, the retrograde, again, reminder, retrogrades are a reflect, review energy. It allows for us to reassess kind of where we've been and how we've been handling things. So, hopefully whatever kind of tension you've had in this area of the chart will start to course correct itself by the end of the month. The other direct station that we have in February is at the beginning of the month. We have Jupiter stationing direct in Gemini on the 4th. Now, Jupiter's been retrograde in Gemini since October. So since about October 10th, we've had Jupiter retrograde at 21 degrees, and it went all the way back to 11 degrees and now is stationing direct at 11 degrees of Gemini on the 4th of this month. So the area of the chart that's been hitting for you is the area that has to do with money. Now, when Jupiter's passing through the house of money, it's really positive, but it can also go as fast as it's coming. We can also learn a lot of lessons around how we need to manage our money better. So during that retrograde cycle, you might have been reflecting a lot on financials, how you've been spending, where can you pull things in, where can you be more strategic. Gemini is a very strategic, analytical energy, and Jupiter's already been here for quite a while. We've had Jupiter in Gemini for, most of last year. So, you've already been under this energy, but retrograde, it lends itself to you being in a position where you're reflecting, reviewing, and reassessing how you've been, spending your money. So that direct motion, you might have more of a plan in place. You might feel like you're more on top of things are more together, that kind of thing. At the beginning of the month, we're also going to have Venus leaving Pisces and entering Aries. So that happens on the 4th. Now, Venus entering Aries is a pretty big deal because starting in March, on March 2nd, Venus is going to station retrograde in Aries. So everything that happens in February with Venus in Aries is going to set the stage for what the retrograde is going to be kind of bringing through. The last time we had Venus retrograde was in 2023. During August, we had a Venus retrograde in Leo. And Venus rules relationships. It's our connection to partnership, relationship, and Venus in Aries is in its detriment. It rules Libra. It's not comfortable with being so loud. There's a siren. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay, it stopped. My dog. Yes, it's okay, Cosmo. He's giving me this face where his teeth are like up, like he's all confused. It's like, what was that? What was that noise? He's only a year old, and so he's very curious still about everything. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so Venus in Aries is passing through the area of the Taurus horoscope that has to do with your subconscious. The 12th house is where Aries sits in the Taurus horoscope, and this area rules our connection to dreams, past life karma from a soul perspective, anything hidden in the subconscious, secrets, desires. It's the space that's said to be where we go before we become a identity. Essentially, the first house rules identity. The 12th house is looked at as kind of like where the seat of our soul lives, that's not really taken form yet. So Venus passing through here, we might be reflecting a lot on who it is we wish that we were or who it is we want to become in this next chapter, our relationship to ourselves on a deep spiritual level, but also the way that we have maybe shown up in relationships with others and whether or not those things are working for us. We might feel like, maybe there's some kind of desire or change that needs to take place. And I bring that up because there will be the retrograde that starts in March, where we might be in a reflect review process over how we show up in relationships and whether or not we feel like we're living in alignment or authentic to our true self in that relationship dynamic. I'm trying to think if there's anything else with that. I think I'm going to leave it there. We're going to talk a lot more about this next month. Also, early on in the month, on February 12th, we're going to have our full moon at 24 degrees of Leo. Now, Leo hits in the Taurus horoscope in the area that rules home and family. Full moons are a time for setting intentions around things that we want to manifest and also things that we want to release and let go of. And so anything that's in regard to your home life or your connection to family, this is a powerful time to set intentions towards what you want to call in, as well as what you want to, shake out or release. The next transit that we're going to have is Mercury entering Pisces on the 15th. Now, this energy is going to be in that social house for you again. So this is a really positive time for you to focus on networking, building relationships in your community, connecting with social circles, friendship groups. You might be more empathic, more compassionate, more in tune with that stuff. It's a great creative energy. The next creative energy and collaborative energy and group projects. That's what I mean to say. And then we're going to have the sun entering this area on the 18th. So the sun will enter Pisces, we'll be in Pisces season, and it's going to be highlighting that whole area. So you're going to probably feel very extroverted and very pulled into your friendship groups, or if you're involved in your community in some way, that's very highlighted for you. And then at the end of the month, we're going to have on February 27th, our new moon in Pisces in the same area at 9 degrees. So new moons in the 11th house are a really positive time to set intentions towards the types of relationships you want to cultivate around your community. So if there's friendship circles that you're a part of and you want to manifest different energy or some kind of other intention around that, that's really positive. If you want to get involved in your community and you want to set intentions around how you want to show up in that way, that's really supported. So this is a good time to lean into all of that energy. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave you there. I wish you the best of luck. If you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe button, share with your friends, and I will see you all in March.